One. Well, here we are. We're still in the Britics, still in the lunch hour, and still talking about the possible. I reiterate, possible closure of the marketplace, as reported in the Gazette and Herald last week. It was purported by the Trust for Devizes. One of their advisors said that he thought it would be a good idea if they stopped all parking in the marketplace and did other things with it. I'm joined by Lynne in her lunch hour, so we won't talk for too long. And Lynne, what's your thoughts?
I think it'd be a big mistake. I mean, the town itself is a centre place for many, many people from surrounding villages that like to come in. It's a way of, meeting up with friends and doing their basic shopping, and I think it'd be a big mistake. And the town as itself, as it is, we can already see that there's shops that are closing, and I think if we get to that stage, it's just going to be a ghost town, because if we haven't got the facilities, then people are going to be put off by that. I know I would be.
So you think arguably then, Lynne, it would be counterproductive to, even if they had sort of street theatre and cafes and chairs and whatever in the marketplace for people to eat outdoors, do you think that would encourage people or not?
But where are they going to park? Where are they going to park? I mean, at that end of the spectrum, people will go where it's accessible. That's the way that we live in our society now, and we are put off by thinking, it's like Bath. I wouldn't go to Bath because I think, the parking is just an absolute, and the driving is such a nightmare that you don't bother. You go somewhere like Cribbs Causeway that has got the facilities for you able to park. So I just think it would be absolutely counterproductive, yeah.
So you think that one of the major things that Devizes ought to be looking at then is creating possibly more parking, and maybe for a bit longer, than getting rid of parking?
Absolutely. I mean, where I work, my residents pay £250 a year to have an allotted car parking space because it is so bad. And that's a private development, but they pay £250 for their car parking. So obviously if they get rid of any more, it's going to be even worse.
Indeed. And what about the 30 minutes parking out in the marketplace? Do you think that's adequate, or do you think an hour is much more realistic?
Hour's more realistic. By the time that people get out of their vehicle, and we are talking about, a variety of people that utilise this town, and I think half an hour by the time that you've walked into town, no. I see them quite frequently, the parking meter people, and no, an hour, absolutely.
OK, Lynne, thanks ever so much for your thoughts. Very kind, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Keep watching Devizes Television.
I will do.
Good girl. Bye-bye.